Previously, we sold our house in Oregon and started the process of moving all of our items out of storage. Now we're back home to our land and it's time to get to work.
No rest for us.
But before we can get back to building, we need to figure out where we're going to put all of our stuff. It's just a huge cluster, and now we have to get this shed completed. We're happy to start building a more permanent structure because Sarah has some goals for our land. Totally tarp-free by 2033. Follow along and see if we can find homes for all of our things. And if you haven't already, be sure to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of the build.
So after our crazy weekend of moving, we're back on our property, and now we have to try to figure out where we're going to put some of the stuff that we got from our old house. So you can see behind me, we have our wood shed here, or little wood cover. And unfortunately, we need to clear some space to put some of our belongings, and our one shed is already completely full. So we do have a 10 by 12 metal shed that we're going to assemble and put up right here. Unfortunately, our stack of wood is a little bit too close to our shelter logic, so we're gonna have to restack this wood, create about 2 or 3 additional feet off to this side so we can put up the storage shed. So right now I'm getting this wood unstacked so that we can move this structure, and then we can begin leveling the ground and assembling the base for our storage shed. So no rest for us. Whew.
Where'd you learn that technique?
I don't know, probably YouTube.
As you look here, you might be thinking, why are you going to put a structure so close to your shelter logic and so close to this structure as well? Let me answer that for you. Both of these structures, totally temporary. They're not going to live here forever. I have a goal for this piece of property to be totally tarp-free by 2033. I know that sounds like a long time, but it'll take a while. That means these types of structures, not permanent. What's gonna actually happen back here behind our house is this forested area is gonna be where our outbuilding eventually goes. So we're gonna put up this smaller aluminum shed so we can store some of our home goods in it that are coming up here from our move, but eventually our tools when we need to move into our cabin, and then it'll stay here and not be in the way, and we'll be able to utilize it for things and then have our outbuilding back here as well. So if you're kind of wondering, like, this seems like a strange placement, that's why. This will be a permanent thing. These other two, they will go at some point before 2033. And now, all we have to do is move the whole structure backwards. All right, I'm to this phone now. That went like worlds easier than I thought it would.
Hit the tractor and try to get some of this stuff out.
Yeah.
I'll have to start like figuring out
Get it level.
Warming up the pill bugs.
Ducks are coming over to help you out. I missed it going down. No, go back in. It's looking quite a bit flatter. Well, we woke up to snow this morning, which was kind of random, and it is not all that much snow, but it is very heavy, wet snow. So it has made the whole area where we're going to be putting up our storage shed totally muddy, and it would just not be fun to be out there working. But you know what? We've always got stuff to do around here. Actually, right when we got home this past weekend, I went to go do a load of laundry so the kids had clothes to wear to school, and our washing machine drain pump has stopped working. So we're actually gonna get that fixed today because it's a huge inconvenience for our family. We were using our very small washing machine that we actually used for like 2 years. So at least we had that to get us through, but we're just gonna bust this out, get it done, and have the convenience of a full-size washing machine back in our life quickly.
Or C, your drain pump is bad.
Drain? Oh, I'm glad it was that. I was like, it's not that. Let's just get a new washing machine.
Hooray!
Something worked. All right, I think we're gonna do just a teeny tiny bit of real building this week. So we're done installing that new drain pump into the washing machine. It's ran a load of laundry. It works great, so that's awesome. And now we're gonna get back to work on doing more shiplap in the house. We're in our daughter's future room. We're doing her closet right now. So we'll see how far we can get on this. We only have about an hour to build before I have to go do some work. So we'll see how far we get. Break it down, Ryan. Do you know this song? Over the weekend, we moved our final load from our basement in our house in Oregon, and all of the stuff now is here, and it's also down below by the chicken coop, and almost all of the items that we brought were outdoor items, so it's just a huge cluster, and now we have to get this shed completed. So today's goal is to get that area totally leveled and flat, and hopefully we even start putting up our shed.
So as Sarah just said, we're working on putting up our shed, and it came at a great time because the people at Patio Well actually reached out and are sponsoring today's video. And they have a whole line of metal and plastic sheds that get shipped right to your door. And when they reached out, we knew we were moving and we needed some extra space. So we were super excited to partner with them. So we're going to go, first step is to make sure our base is level. Then we're going to get the shed all moved over in the boxes that came in, get it broken apart, and start assembling this thing. We'll take you guys along for the ride and show you how easy or hard it is to put together.
When we got back with the moving truck, we were just so tired. We were like, just put it wherever.
Now, let's move it out of the way.
Yeah, because we need that tractor.
Go get some of our tools.
Okay. Or we could go find that frog that's chirping. So it's 6 inches lower over by you?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think you're just going to try to dig out 6 inches with the tractor?
Yeah, either dig out or, backfill pull some of the dirt this way.
Okay. But first, move that rock. Oh man, it's a big one. Whoa! This one?
Move 135.
Ooh, that's good, because then there's still space to get those 2x4s out pretty easy.
All right, so the first thing we're doing is getting the dimensions of the shed, and we're trying to clear this area back here, and we're running into some tree roots and whatnot. So using the tractor, rakes, shovels to get it mostly to grade, and then I'll bring in some 3/4 minus so we can have a nice solid ground to set the shed on, and hopefully we'll be able to start putting the frame of it up sometime today.
This shed will appear not level because this one is definitely not level, and that one probably isn't either. We actually had our shed shipped probably about 3 weeks ago, but with the move and all of the chaos with that, we just haven't had time to check it out. So we loaded it up in our van because it was delivered down by our trailer, got it up here, and we're going to find the instructions so we can start putting it together. All right, yesterday we got our spot all leveled. We got gravel put on it for our shed. Then we got the shed out of the box. And we just forgot one small thing. that we would need to build a floor for this shed. So the options were either do a concrete pour, which we didn't have all the supplies for, and it would mean a little bit more time, or construct a wood floor. And we actually have a ton of pressure treated lumber, and we have OSB. So we have started that process. We're going to finish it up hopefully today, and maybe we'll get some of the shed started, but we'll see. It definitely slowed us down a little bit when we discovered that, and I don't know, we should have just known we needed to do that, but whatever. Here we are. Good morning. It's a little cold here today. We are working on putting together the shed. So we have our platform here, which will be the floor of the shed. We covered it in tarps because, you know, it rains here quite a bit, and it rained yesterday. So we're gonna get those tarps off. We're gonna put some flashing on around the edges because, you know, we have a little bit more experience now since we've done our first shed, and we know that this will kind of help protect our floor. And I think we've got some extra screws to put in. Then once those two things are done, we are off to the races. We will be assembling this shed, which says it can be put together how fast?
2 to 3 hours.
In 2 to 3 hours with 2 people?
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
Sarah and I just got done putting the flashing all the way around the edges of our shed base, and we did that as an extra precaution just to make sure that our base lasts as long as it can and helps protect those edges of the base. So now we're gonna start pulling out all the pieces and putting the shed together. According to Patty Wells' instructions, it should take us 2 to 3 hours, and if we could get that done in that time frame, that would be awesome. So we're gonna try our hardest and get that done and start putting things together. So we'll take you along for the ride and let you know how it goes.
So super simple.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan had to go get the kids from school, and I've stayed behind to try to get some of this put together. We have all the walls up, but we're trying to get at least some roof supports on so we're not worried about it tonight in the wind. So wish us luck because our daughter has to go to an extracurricular activity in about 45 minutes. Do you think I should try to get the other ones on, or do you think it's okay?
These are still, that's the part I'm worrying about.
All right, we are back to work on our shed today. I believe all we need to get done on the shed now is the roof and the doors. This kit did say it would only take about 2 to 3 hours to assemble this, and it has not taken that amount of time. But in all of our experience of putting up every single structure that comes with instructions, they give you an estimated time, and it's always way off. So anyway, we have up these structures, up these beams yesterday. I finished putting up 2 of them after Ryan had to leave, and then we just need to put on the panels, which should go pretty fast, and we've pre-assembled the screws with the nuts, so it should just be like zit, 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 so fast. I think I've said so fast a million times.
One thing, if you want to make the process go faster, is take all the washers apart and put the screws onto the washers, because honestly, that takes the most amount of time.
Yeah.
And especially when it's cold out and you have to manipulate them with your fingers. So I spent the morning and kind of got all these pre-assembled, and hopefully that helps the roof panel to go on a lot quicker.
Yeah. All right, we're going to get to work. We do have rain coming this afternoon, so it would be great to get this roof on and put this project behind us.
Bags packed, things are moving fast, heading west on I-10, leaving Arizona. No catch, never looking back, but I think that I can see where I'm going. Suitcase 13 miles away, I haven't showered in days.
All right, Sarah and I were able to get everything all assembled, the roof on, all the little trim pieces on the edge, and the instructions were actually pretty easy. Everything went smoothly. It did take us a little longer than we anticipated, and the like 2 to 3 hours that they said in the instructions. I definitely count on a little longer time than the instructions say if you're working with 2 people, but it looks awesome. We're super excited to start putting things in here. And the only thing left to do is to get the doors set up so that we can close off the entrance. So I'm going to work on that. Sarah's actually off, gonna bring some shiplap into the house so we can get it dry, so we can work on closing up some walls. So we're gonna divide and conquer, and I'm gonna get to it.
We're living on a bread and paper end. How I've become aware I miss my bed. And even though I know I'm gonna do it.
Ready to close the doors? See. Yesterday we completed our aluminum patio oil shed, and it was just in the nick of time. Yesterday it started raining on us as we were completing the shed doors, and now it has just been raining, and it doesn't show signs of stopping for about a week. So we are glad that that project is done, and we're so grateful to Patio Well for sponsoring this video. If you happen to be in the market for a shed or some sort of outdoor enclosure, go check out the links in the description of this video. Patio Well is offering a lifetime warranty to any of our viewers that order through the website in the description of this video, so go check that out, and also be sure to use the coupon code because you'll save 16% off your purchase. That's where we're going to leave you guys for this episode. We know it's been a wild ride with us moving all of our stuff from our house in Oregon and getting it back to here. We are excited to get back to the build full time and finish this house and take you guys along for the ride, so don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a moment of the build.